Ladies, have you ever had a thing for somebody and it was just so deep and you wanted to tell them so bad, but you just couldn't find the words? Listen, I got a thing for you, baby.
Good morning, YouTube. My name is Tanisha, better known as JustNishia. And I decided to go ahead and start a webisode basically about love, life, and relationships, specifically directed at people of color, black people, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, whatnot, because it's what I know. I encourage everyone to subscribe and listen and contribute to the shows, because a lot of stuff applies to everybody regardless of your race, sex, sexual orientation, but it is directed specifically to my peoples. The episodes are going to be entitled Love, Life, and Relationships. That's just the basic, and then we'll get into some subtopics. A little background about myself. 25, single mother of 2 kids, live alone, full-time student. I'm currently pursuing a degree in psychology, and that's also what kind of sparked my want or need to do this show, because I've always had a need to help people, and I've always had friends always tell me, like, you know, my advice, my opinions, whatnot about things that were going on have really helped them. And also I've gotten a lot of good advice in the last couple years from my very best friends about different things, and I just feel like if I could help someone, or the things that people have helped me out with could help other people, then it's my obligation to pass that information along. Sometimes people don't want you to solve all their problems, but maybe they want you to listen, maybe they just want a little bit of feedback. So basically that's what I'm here for. Now this is my very first show, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm going to just dive right into it and try to have a little bit of fun with it, so bear with me. The first topic that I want to do is something that I think a lot of females can relate to, especially a lot of my friends. A lot of my friends are single, they have kids, you know, and they're actively looking for that Mr. Right, and it just seems like he's not out there. I've done a lot of reading about this, talked to a lot of people, and a lot of guys. I've got a lot of really good guy friends that have definitely contributed and gave me a lot of good feedback as far as what the problem is and why it is so hard to love or find love with that black man. I mean, there's so much that goes along with it. It's not just walking up to someone in a bookstore and you see him and he sees you and then you guys fall in love, because the reality is that doesn't really happen a lot in the black community. Now, if it does and I'm wrong, please send me your emails, phone calls. You know, I'll go ahead and give out that information at the end of the show. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'll redo a show or add on to this one, but I'm basically just going off of my own experiences and things that I've encountered or come across in my own personal life, and things that I've shared or witnessed with friends and stuff. But again, any input would greatly be welcomed, and I would really like to hear from you guys, because it's the only way this is going to be successful. So emails, phone calls, shit, if you know my address, stop by the house, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So I wrote a couple things down because I didn't want to, you know, miss anything or leave anything out. So basically the quickest way to get into any topic is to start with a question. So the question is, why is the black man so unique? What makes him so desirable, so appealing? Why is it that we as women, as black women, as Hispanic women, Mexican women, Puerto Rican women, whatnot, mixed women, why do we pursue these men so hard? Why do we chase them so tough? Why do we let them do everything under the sun to us and we still want them? I don't know. So okay, let me back up a little bit. I do know, for me personally, the desire to be with a black man is something that I've been programmed with, and a lot of women will agree. It's something that you get from your mother, your grandmother, your aunts. We have these images of what the perfect black man would be and how he's supposed to provide, and he loves you and he will protect you from harm, and that's what you want. And when you meet a black man, any black man, wherever you meet him, the club, work, on the street, at the grocery store, your friends hook you up, whatever, you automatically drape him with that image before you even know him. It's your hopes and your dreams and your desires basically that fuel us. And nobody is looking for the fucked up dude that's gonna spend all your money, take your fucking car, fuck bitches in your house while you're gone. That's not what we're looking for. Unfortunately, it happens more often than not, but it's definitely not what we want. And even in the worst guy, we always want to see the good in him. So it's like even women that are abused, or women whose husbands or boyfriends cheat on them all the time, they always have an excuse. She may say, yeah, he slaps me around sometime, but he's really good with the kids. Or he cheats on me a lot, but he never forgets a birthday. He cleans the house. He picks up the kids. It's those little things that they do that we hold on to. And as women, we've got to kind of let that go. Because if the bad stuff outweighs the good stuff, then he's not a good guy. He's not. And we can make excuses for them all day. But, I mean, if he's cheating on you, he's hitting you, if he's ignoring your kids, whether they're his or not, if he's not providing and contributing to the house, if you don't know where he's at, if you call him and he's not returning phone calls, if you catch him with other people, or you've got friends and stuff calling you and telling you like, hey, I just saw Wooty Wham here and there and he was with this female and it wasn't you, you probably are fucking with a fucked up guy. And it's just, I mean, that's just the reality of it. We never want to admit that the guy we're fucking with is not the one or who he should be, because we're so busy trying to fix him and change him and whatnot. And a very dear friend of mine told me, you can't change a guy. They never tell us that they're going to change. They don't promise us that. They don't see a problem. We want them to change, and we sit around and we wait and we wait and we wait on this change that never comes. And I'm telling you from my own personal experiences, and I'll get into that a little bit later, the only person you can change, the only things you can change are you and the things directly related to you. And if you want a certain type of guy, you want a man to do certain things, you've got to let him know those things up front, because no man is going to do anything that they don't want to do. Period. Point blank and simple. You can't coax a man into doing anything. You can't trick him into doing anything. You can't think that you're going to fuck him so good that he's going to just wine and dine and just treat you wonderfully, because you can fuck the shit out of him, treat him good, take care of him when he's sick, love him and his kids, love his raggedy ass mama, whatever. If that dude is fucked up, that dude is fucked up. Period. You can't, there's no change in that. So that brings me to my next question, or the next topic that goes along into this, which is, why is he scared of a relationship? It seems like we are on two different pages when it comes to relationships. And I actually was talking to a homeboy about this, and it's like, I guess you have to break everything down to its simplest, lowest common denominator, which is nature. We as women have this urge to provide and nurture and care for and love. And men, not to say that men don't have these same tendencies or urges, but they're running on a little bit of a different system. Well, actually not even a little bit, a lot of a different system than us. Even just biologically, when we're born as women, we're born with all the eggs we'll ever have. It's a couple million. I'm not even exactly sure on the number. It's a few million. But men have billions and billions of sperm, which are steadily regenerating themselves. Every time he lets off a nut, his body is already getting ready to start building up new ones. So he's designed by nature to be promiscuous. Now, not to say that nature rules every man or every woman, but if you understand that, then you can start from there and kind of start building off of that. If he's programmed by nature to be promiscuous, we as women have to offer them something more than just our pussies, because there's pussy everywhere and all women have one. And even if you think you have the best pussy, it's the tightest, it smells the best, whatever, doesn't matter, because there's 6 billion people on the planet, and of those 6 billion people, about 4 billion of them are women. We outnumber men about 2 or 3 to 1. And again, I'm sorry, I don't know the exact numbers. I'm just going off from memory. But we outnumber them. It's like 2 or 3 women to every man on the planet.